To me, I thought it was interesting how the HR guy, Obata, right, was really challenging him and saying, no, that's impossible. Your name cannot be Furo Wariboko and you're white. It's almost like he really, really had a problem with, I think he was the only person who wasn't like just falling at Furo's feet and just trying to give him the world just because he's white. Whereas Aryans, they just right away said, I'm going to offer you this job. When I first read it, I said, wow, really? Is that how it happens? Because I mean, for me, it's like this thing that says, well, it doesn't matter your qualifications. The only thing that matters is that you're in this white body.
Well, I think that yes, it can happen that way because Nigerian society is very paternalistic. Like, we are basically the kind of people who just want to know where you're from, for instance, or I mean, to a large extent, I'm generalizing, of course, but who you know, where you're from, how much money you have, who your father or your mother is, and then you're given kind of positions that you shouldn't ordinarily get.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I mean, of course, this is the same kind of conversations that happen with whiteness in Nigeria, which is what I was saying earlier. So I don't think it's far-fetched for him to walk within that that privilege and navigate the world in that way in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly how the system is structured.
But that's what privilege is, in my opinion. Whether you look at it from a racial, gender, location lens, it was only strange to see it because of maybe our own backgrounds. I mean, I make assumptions, and because of the shock that he had that he got the position so fast. Because maybe if he was in this transformative phase a little bit longer, he wouldn't have been as surprised.
Yeah.
But then you mentioned being surprised that he didn't use the privilege that he was granted a little bit more seriously, and that was a point that I agree with, and I wonder if he Igoni really interrogated what the privileges that come with whiteness actually inherit you as a human being, right? So I wondered, like, if a person in Nigeria read this, if a white person in Nigeria read this text, would he agree with with the things that Igoni is saying, these are the things you are allotted, or would he say, this doesn't go quite far enough?
I have spent about 10 years or more, writing short stories, learning how to write. By the time I sat down to write Blackass, that same year I'd gotten an agent, in New York I'd gotten a publisher, and so I was feeling more confident. I was feeling, well, there's a future, because up to that point, up to that book, I wasn't sure if I could continue to write. I was going to do whatever I could, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And then I finished that book and got, a publishing deal, got an advance, and I realized, well, just keep your expenses low, live in your ex-girlfriend's house, and write. And then I also knew I sold the rights to Love is Power in 2011, and I knew it wasn't coming out till 2013, and so I knew I had 2 years to do something before it came out and made me famous and had to travel all over the world. And I said, use this time to produce something else, and I wanted to write a book because I'd been writing short stories for 10 years, so it was time to write a novel. But then I thought that I might fail. It's my first novel, I'm probably going to fail at it. And then it's this crazy idea, some guy who wakes up white. I mean, that didn't seem like my style. So was I going to just go for something safer topic, or write what really interested me? And I decided to write what I was interested in.
And his way, as he's walking to the job interview, the woman, he asked, so can I borrow money for taxi? And he gets on Okada, right? And it's like, okay.
Everyone's staring at him.
that doesn't, happen. I mean,
Yeah, you know, like when you made your last comment, I was thinking about how I feel that the book stayed on the level of like the comic
yeah,
and just didn't deliver on its potential for like real, like, you know, like critique, I
Yeah.
think.
yeah,
And I'm saying that very hesitant because when Igoni talks about the book, he's always talking about it as some kind of like, you know, I just want to entertain the reader, which I think it succeeds.
yeah,
One of my favorite moments in the book is when Sarita discovers that his ass is still black,
Yeah.
and like there's this moment of laughter where she's like, and you're expecting her to be like really mad and like shocked, and like she's just laughing.
She's just laughing about
And
it.
I think that was brilliant, like
Yeah.
this moment. So
And that was his first time actually
Seeing
knowing
his-
that his ass is
it's
black.
black,
Yeah.
you know. So I feel that there's a way in which, I mean, maybe Igoni's vision for the book was just to write a very good comic, like comedy, like in a sense. But it's problematic because you have this, you know, this opportunity to like really problematize whiteness in Nigeria.